November 14th, 2024. This is the Canadian journalist, formerly Ernie Racing News. Hey everybody, my name is Marcel. Today we're going over President Trump's cabinet of curiosities, as the title goes. So President-elect Trump's cabinet appointments have felt like an NFL draft this week. He sure is throwing curveballs. The dreaded news came that indeed Florida Senator Marco Rubio has been nominated to be Secretary of State. The same Marco Rubio who said that Russia blew up the Nord Stream pipeline. Yeah, well, we all know the US blew it up. Biden specifically and his other appointees all said on camera that we're going to blow it up if they don't listen to us. Anyways, I don't know how this guy gets to put in charge of diplomacy on behalf of us all. He talks a lot of bullshit on cable news, but let's hope he doesn't pull that when he meets President Xi Xinping or Putin from... Yeah, so that's an interesting pick for Trump. I guess we'll have to get to the bottom of that one more. Let's continue. So a true wild card was the appointment of Florida Representative Matt Gaetz as Attorney General. Gaetz is one of the only congressmen to try to force the U.S. to withdraw from its illegal occupation of Syria and Yemen. He has also been a vocal critic of the weaponization of the Justice Department, which he will now lead. He's not a predictable politician by any means. Now, Trump says that Gaetz will, quote, will root out corruption at the DOJ and return the department to its true mission of fighting crime, end quote. The president-elect also nominated former Congresswoman and Lieutenant Colonel Tulsi Gabbard to serve as Director of National Intelligence. This one is a doozy. Gabbard herself was put on a watch list for speaking out against the war in Ukraine and the Biden administration's constant war escalation. Well, now she will be in charge of the people who put her on this surveillance list. Loving this. This is just so ironic. So in summary, it feels like the Wizard of Oz handing out the token items that each campaign loyalist earned on the trip to Oz. Robert F. Kennedy has yet to see his big prize, but we are hoping it is the head of the FDA, the Department of Health, or the NIH. Do it. Well, we got that update today, this morning, guys. Here it is. I seen announced by Donald Trump and shared on X 9 hours ago. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. will be the Secretary of Health and Human Services. Promises made, promises kept. Sorry, this was Donald Trump Jr.'s Twitter account. And we got Joe Rogan talking about it as well. Yes, we can fix our broken health system and make America healthy again.
It's no coincidence that Americans die earlier than Canadians or Germans or Italians or Japanese or Koreans or Australians or most any other comparable country. And it wasn't always that way until the early 1990s. Our life expectancy was the same or better than other developed countries. Then suddenly, more and more Americans began suffering from chronic diseases, from obesity.
Yeah, there you have it, guys. This was posted on September 25th. Alzheimer's, all kinds of autoimmune diseases. Our mortality rate soared to the highest of any developed country on earth. Same with infant mortality.
The frog in the slowly boiling water, we didn't really notice as we got sicker and sicker. We've grown now to accept chronic disease conditions as normal. But now, in 2024, we're finally waking up to this cataclysm and we're asking ourselves, how in the world did this happen?
A big part of it is our diet. Restaurants that serve contaminated food are fined or shut down. But when the government that approves the poisons in our food, a few people got very, very rich, and the toxins end up in every supermarket aisle. Let me show you. And you guys, I mean, it's just, yeah, the Doritos, the Cheez-Its, the Captain Crunch, the gummy bears, just the junk foods. But you'd be surprised, it's more than that. It's the ingredients include a lot of poisons, including harmful yellow dye called teratrazine or yellow dye number 5. What you may not know is that this dye was originally made out of sludge that's left over when you turn coal into coke for blast furnaces. It's called coal tar, and it actually sued many big industries for legacy contamination of coal tar. Man, this is wild.
So toxic and it's so harmful to the environment and human beings. A century ago, it was just an obnoxious industrial byproduct that everybody was trying to figure out ways to get rid of. One of the ways that they did that was by paving roads. But then a British chemist figured out that the coal tar could be used to derive fabric dye.
This is just absolutely evil, guys. It's just like what they put in our water. Like they get rid of garbage by feeding it to us.
And if fabric dye, why not food? Food manufacturers began using it to cover up the discoloration of low-quality foods that they wanted to pass off on unsuspecting customers. They didn't know back then that this yellow dye, tartrazine, causes tumors, asthma, develop
delays. Oh my God. And the reason I'm also interfering, I don't want to get a copyright on the music or something and have this taken down.
Mental delays, neurological damage, ADD, ADHD, hormone disruption, gene damage, anxiety, depression, intestinal injuries. Well, we know it now. We've known this for decades. That's why tartrazine is
restricted in other countries. In some countries, those with tartrazine have a warning label that it may cause ADHA in children. Today, that's made from petroleum, not coal tar. Either way, it's crazy to add this to your kids' favorite foods. It doesn't even change the flavor. This yellow dye isn't just in junk food. It's in the foods that we consider healthy. It's in every kid's popcorn. Oh my God. Mac and cheese. Just had popcorn. Fruit snacks. It's in your sports, your Gatorade, your vitamin water, your chicken broth, your corn, your pickles, your bullshit, your mustard, your yogurt. And of course, our kids get sick and we feed them chewable vitamins, which have, surprise, tartrazine. And so the cycle continues until the coughs and the asthma kick, at which point you go to pick up some cough syrup. And yeah, you guessed it. Oh my God, tartrazine, it's been in everything. It's in your cough syrup. At least 100 chemical poisons that our health agencies allow into our children's food. I can make a video just like this to talk about the red 40 BHA. Oh my God.
Potassium bromate. Chemical after chemical, and on and on and on. If just one of them can cause all of these problems, imagine what they're doing in combination. That has never been studied. If we took all of these chemicals out, our nation would get healthier immediately. We'd have fewer sick days.
This is unbelievable, guys. What about less anxiety? Our kids would learn. Oh my God, people would learn more easily. We'd lose weight. We'd have more energy. It wouldn't be so many fat Americans and morbidly obese, people dying. Oh my God. Chemicals cause cancer, genetic damage, asthma, and many of the others health conditions.
Tartrazine does. And you know what's interesting? All 8 of those crucial steps forward in our kids' health were taken under President Trump. But the Democrats who claim to be all about health care have stood by watching other countries ban these poisons and make our kids sick, asthmatic, hyperactive, and depressed. They left them on every supermarket shelf in America. They even used your tax money to put them in your kids' school lunch. So their big food and their big ag donors.
Oh yeah, their donors all get golden handshakes and the big money hug, and their big pharma donors probably called them up and thanked them also because now they're going to make billions selling Adderall, Prozac, and rescue inhalers. Enough is enough. President Trump and I are going to stop the mass poisoning of American children together. We're going to make America healthy again. Well, thank God the neocons didn't win. It's just, I always get asked, but like, why is it so important? Why does it matter so much? There's so much to
their
it.
Bodies these days.
Anyways, this is the best picture right here. The Trump train posted. Do you agree pointing Robert F. Kennedy as Secretary of Health and Human Services is a huge upgrade? Versus like literally, this is whatever that person's name was again. That is, I remember seeing people joking about this for comedy shows. Like, this is the person that represents health. And then if you look at who it represents health in all of the countries of the G7, it's always some freaking out of control, unhealthy, fat, so many problems persons like this on the right. Wild, guys, wild. All right, guys. Well, this is the Canadian Journalist, and you can see Coco and Freddy. You may remember Coco and Freddy on my earlier films where they like to fight and hiss at each other. And look what they do off camera. This is off camera. Let's like wake them up with a light. Let's get up to it. There we go. Oh, it's not working. Anyways, guys, Canadian Journalist. This is ridiculous. I know, look how long he is. Look how long he is. Yeah, it's a Superman leg over there. See you guys. Thanks a lot.